Okay, so today we're going to talk about how you can use what you know about something or somebody to help you know what's important. What are the things that you should be taking away with you when you read a biography or a nonfiction book? So, on this slide, we're looking at a bunch of different people, and many of you probably know at least one of them. And the thing that you know why they're famous or you know what they're known for. So today we're going to use a book about Barack Obama. So I want to teach you today actually that when you start reading a book about a famous person or event, you already know the end, right? You know why they're famous. And that's super, super helpful because it helps you figure out what are the important details and what are less important details. Let's do that with this book about Barack Obama. I already know that Barack Obama was a president. I know that he lived in Chicago at some point. I know he had two daughters. Um, I also know that he was raised by his mom and that his wife's name is Michelle. I wonder where he went to school. I may have forgotten that. I also wondered, how did he get to be president, and did he always want to be president? So this KWL chart is a good kind of structure for you to think about as you're starting a new book. You don't have to fill it out every time, but in your mind, you're thinking, what do I know about this person? So let's go over to our book. And I thought this was an interesting page. So I learned that he lived in New York City, went to school in New York City, and he saw a lot of terrible things on the streets, and it impacted how he thought about the world. And I kind of already knew that. Um, he graduated from college and moved to Chicago, Illinois, which I knew. He became a community organizer and he helped poor people find homes they could afford and register to vote. And I did not know that. So that's an interesting piece for me. And it kind of makes sense because I knew that he was a person who really cared about other people. He was a president who wanted to help poor people. And so this makes sense to me. So I'll probably remember that. Let's see, law school and politics. In 1982, Obama's father died. Obama traveled to Kenya and met all his African relatives. His father had been a leader there. That made Obama want to be a leader himself. Oh, wow. You know what? I just realized that one of my questions was answered. It wasn't really about necessarily that he wanted to become president, but this is when he started thinking, hey, I would like to be a leader. How could he start? Obama thought he should become a lawyer, so he applied to Harvard University, where his father had attended, and he studied hard. He got in, apparently. He studied hard and he graduated with high honors. So there are a couple things on this page that I want to point out. One is that I learned the answer to one of my questions. He went to Harvard University. I also want to point out that it starts off by saying that his father died in 1982. Well, this is probably important to him, but knowing that Obama's father died in 1982 is not really that important to me. I'm more interested in why he became the leader that he became. So that's a detail that I probably won't remember, and I wouldn't write it down. So I'm going to fill in my what I learned chart here, and I learned he went to Harvard, and he wanted to be a leader because he saw a lot of things he thought needed to be fixed, wanted to fix. So that's kind of how you read a nonfiction book. You're looking for, I know that Obama became the president and he decided to become the president because he saw things that he needed to fix. And he went to a particular school to become a lawyer so that he could do that. So all of those pieces kind of fit together. And so I'm going to say to you now that you should go off, and as you start reading your book about a person or a big event, first think to yourself, what is it that you already know? And what's going to be important in that book so that you will remember it later?